Hello, welcome to Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 435. 37. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. This is the Tutor episode where we try to teach you something new.
So,
it's another day.
Another day, another Sunday.
We're smarter this time. Instead of putting baby in her crib for a nap, put her down on her bed.
That's right. You got the thing?
Got the monitor.
Dude, swinging clubs yesterday, my arms fucked up. And I don't know why this is the time where it went bad.
My, glute is real fucked up.
So I don't think mine was golfing per se. I also, accidentally hit, the funny bone area. I, pinched that. And I've been, fucked up. But I think it was tired from golf. And then I had that happen, and now it's just this arm doesn't work that well.
Yeah, damn. That sucks.
Yeah. Anyways, golf was fun.
Golf was a lot of fun.
It's the last of the AO.
Last of the AO.
Damn.
Makes me sad, dude.
Yeah.
Mainly because it's just such a friendly, welcoming, group of people.
Yep.
And it's the one time a year I golf 18 holes, and it's always fun.
Gonna have to start doing it some other time.
Yeah.
Don't even have to necessarily do 18. Just going out and doing 9.
That's true.
Is nice.
That's very true.
But I don't know. I've golfed some long days this summer. I've golfed more this summer than I ever have before in my life.
Which is so funny because you quit at the end of last summer.
No, I quit 2 summers ago.
That wasn't last summer? Are you sure? I thought that was in August of July of last summer.
Oh, yeah, I quit, but then I started up at the end of last season again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quit midway through last year, and then I started up again with a month left.
Yeah.
And then I've been on it now.
Mm-hmm.
What a sport.
It's something.
What a sport.
No, it's definitely something.
Had 2 pretty sweet chip-ins.
2 bomb-ass chip-ins, dude.
Dude. No reason.
That those should have gone in?
No.
It was beautiful.
It's crazy because if you, our score wouldn't have been so bad if we could putt.
100%, dude. We suck at putting.
Dude, and
I used to be good, actually, at putting.
Yeah, I don't
okay.
know. We just need to putt more. It's funny because, we would have been, if you do the typical in and 2 putts, because it's, on the green in regulations and then 2 putts and gets you a par.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to take away everything out of putting regulation, we probably would have shaved off, out of 18 holes, minus the 2 I chipped in, and we had a couple. We could have minus probably 10 strokes.
Which would put us at 3rd place.
Right.
3rd got 74.
You're right. Yeah. So if we could have just been putting in 2 putts, if we could have just putted in 2 putts instead of we were 3 and 4 all the time, we would have been 3rd place.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, it's literally our putting. The putting was the difference between us being towards last place and 3rd place is just our putting.
100%.
Yep. And you play 2 times a year.
Yep.
And I play every week. And during my normal golf league, my downside is my putting. So
which is so funny
shocker.
too, because that is something so easily you could
practice anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dumb.
So.
Yeah, we both need new putters is one of our things.
Bad.
But yeah, we really like this tournament because it's not just a golf scramble, which is nice. So 6 holes is best ball, 6 holes is scramble, and then 6 holes is alternating shot.
That's tough.
And the alternating is what really, I think, fucks people up. But
we did good.
It,
we did good on alternating, except for 1 hole. Because it was the first hole that we switched from scramble to alternating, and we didn't realize. And that screwed up our whole game because we played half the hole, and then they're like, "Are you guys alternating?" And we're like, "Oh no!" So then we went back, and it just went all downhill. Had we had that going off the tee box, we would have played our shots very differently.
Yeah. It still sucked though because we 3-4 putted every hole.
Well, yeah, it didn't help.
No,
that's not helping.
Yeah, because we almost got an eagle on the alternating one, but then we both missed our putts
to end it with a bogey.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, we're at eagle. Yeah. And we end with a bogey.
And
what the fuck?
The alternating really fucked us to be.
Yeah. Well, our putting did there. The one alternating hole and then our putting.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
But it was a lot of fun.
It was a bunch of fun. And for us not golfing much, it's all right.
Yeah. Cool. What are we tutoring about today, babes?
I just figured we'd talk about some of the stuff we went over this weekend.
I love it.
We haven't done that yet.
No, we haven't.
So,
we just briefly talked about Famous Dave on Friday's podcast. That was about it.
You want to talk about our stuff a little bit? Some of the stuff we went over?
Like when?
In business, you listen to a lot of folks talk about this, and this is what Ryan and I did really well early on. We reinvested pretty much everything. Mm-hmm. And so we're at a point with our business where we're wearing too many hats. Mm-hmm. We're doing too many things. And, we sit in the hot seat and we talk to the folks, and they're just like, yeah, you're doing too many things. You're doing too many different things. You can't give a good go at any one of them. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, how are you supposed to have a good running business if you're not giving anything it's needed time? Mm-hmm. And so you think about it's like, well, as you start scaling, being like the CEO or GM or whatever you want to, the actual operations of the business, that's a role, right? And that should be, there's a reason why Alex Hormozy talked about this, and it makes so much sense. I think he was the first person that ever said it this way that made me go whoa. He said, Fortune, it's around this time, whatever, he says it better than me, but Fortune 100 companies, they only have one CEO. Fortune 500 companies only have one CEO. Why do you think you, in your business, you can be the CEO of multiple companies? So he's like, Fortune 500 company, Fortune 100 company, there's one CEO. That CEO's only job is to be the CEO of that one company. So why do you think you can be the CEO of multiple companies when the biggest companies don't attempt that? The best people in their field don't attempt that.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
So when you think about it, for us, it's like, okay, well, that's more in the realm of people starting multiple businesses and being the CEO of multiple businesses. It's the typical we tried doing
serial entrepreneurs.
Yeah, we tried, and it doesn't really. Anyways, the other part is okay, taking that same aspect. Okay, do I think I can be the CEO, the project manager, the salesman, and a contractor, a carpenter? No. And podcast. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? No. Probably not going to be able to give it its good go, right? Mm-hmm. So the big thing with reinvesting is we should get a project manager. Mm-hmm. We should get a salesman. We should get another assistant and reinvest all our money back in. Fuck our wages, dude. You know what I'm saying? Until we can get the company running good, why are we taking high wages?
Right.
Take just enough to live, and then get them going. Get those positions going, so then your company can be operating way better. And then when your company's operating better, doing all that, you can serve all your customers better. You serve your team better. And then you're able to make more money. In 1 year, you'll be making more money.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just the fact of reinvesting. your money and your efforts into people instead of you just trying to do it, which just makes everything nasty.
Yeah, that's kind of like what we figured out. Because you can definitely do all those caps when you're first starting out and smaller.
And you're one person.
Right.
Like one or two people.
Right. But we did what we always preach we're not supposed to do, is we weren't able to build our foundation before we grew.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
Like, we started working on some foundation stuff, and then just things happened that we grew sooner than we wanted to.
And we didn't even grow much.
No. And we can tell now how very rickety our operations are.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're grown too big, and we don't want to like cut back really on a lot of the stuff we got going on. But instead of cutting back, we're just going to cut our wages, hire some people, or move some people around, however we decide to do it, to then for Shaun and I to focus on building that foundation again.
Right. Exactly.
Because, I mean, they do lift houses up and build foundations underneath. So
there you go. Look at that shit.
that is what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. So yeah, that was really cool to go over and discuss that. And it's so true, because it's like, you know, we did it in the hot seat, and they're like, well, it goes to the dollar per hour thing. A lot of it was for Sam of like, oh, you could hire a VA to do like all the, like enter in all the receipts, enter everything into QuickBooks, enter it all into the budgets.
And then I just have to review the budgets.
Then you just review them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like 75% of the work that I'm doing right now, because I can't get to my other work, we could VA out.
100%. And I could, through a project manager and salesman who would want to make the operations of the company be way better, and then bring us in more work and do the estimates for me. And then through a VA, I would be able to give up about 95% of what I'm doing right now. Which, if I could give up 95% of what I'm doing right now, how much easier would it be to acquire more flips and rentals and make the foundation of the business better?
And like, even another thing like about it is we were talking about how we can kind of Brooke, our system right now, is just kind of a catch-all for a lot of the little things, and it's too much for one person, I think.
Right.
So we were even like, oh, a VA can totally take all of these things off of Brooke's plate, so then Brooke can focus on this section of her job more. And then just to like help optimize Brooke too.
Right. Definitely. Yeah, dude, it gets me excited when you sit down and you think about it that way, and like reinvesting the money and bringing in who's, not hows. Dude, we could have a business that we aren't slaves to real fast.
In months.
Within months, we could easily do that. Yep. And so obviously, like, and here's the thing. Yes, we're going to have to do weekly meetings. Oh, well.
Yeah.
You know, okay, yeah, we got to do weekly meetings. We got to go do check-ins on job sites. We got to meet with, you know, folks individually, make sure everything's going good. Of course, you got to do all those things. But like, that's going to be super easy to do when we're not just getting our dick dragged in the dirt all day.
Yeah, because like one of the things people suggested to us was we need an operations manager. And it really like kind of opened my eyes, because I was like, well, that's actually my title, is operations manager.
Is it?
That's what we decided it was. But I haven't been able to do any of that because I've only been able really to focus on QuickBooks, inputting receipts, inputting the budgets, and some other like things that I'm getting paid too much money for to do, to TBH.
Right.
So yeah, I really like opened my eyes, because I was like, shit, like I actually haven't been able to do what my position title is because I have all these lower level tasks that I've been doing.
Right.
So yeah, I think it'll be nice, especially to get a VA I think would
So,
be
okay.
very beneficial.
Operations manager.
Mm-hmm.
So operation, what, wouldn't that be the project manager's role?
Those are two different positions.
What's the operation manager doing?
That's like making the systems and making sure the systems are running well and doing the SOPs and stuff like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. See, I haven't been doing it so much that you forgot on my position title is operations.
Well, I know what you were supposed to be doing, which is like making the systems and SOPs and stuff, but I haven't been able to because we do nothing but busy work.
Mm-hmm.
Which is same thing with me. I'm supposed to like make sure the business is growing and like doing what the business is supposed to be doing, but instead I just do estimates and try to keep projects alive.
Yeah.
You know.
So yeah, it'll be nice. I think to move towards a direction where we can get rid of all those little tasks that we don't need to be doing.
Right. Yep. That makes a ton of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So that was a big thing. We need to hire essentially 3 folks, and we should do it sooner than later so that our company can really start operating how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, okay, we add those 3 people. VA is not much money, anywhere from $6 to $9 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
A salesman is commission, so they literally get commission.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even costing us anything to have them.
Right.
They just, if they make the sale, they get the money.
Mm-hmm.
And then a project manager, well, if they're able to manage the projects better and give it the actual attention it needs, to make sure like people are being coordinated properly, people are getting the right steps, deadlines are being hit, we can add people to the team easily, especially if we have more sales coming in,
mm-hmm.
to operate more jobs.
Yeah, for sure.
And more folks, you know?
Yeah.
And then open it up to me to be able to acquire more flips
Mm-hmm.
or rentals.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, in the interim, it's the same thing as training someone. In the interim, do you lose some money? Sure. But how much do you gain in a year?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So that is going to lead me into the next thing. So in our group, we chatted about the hot seat about leaving your job, okay? About leaving your job and trying something new, or like being self-employed or whatever, right? And some folks are like, oh man, just quit and do it. And I'm like, well, you got a family, so you should make sure the family is set up. You like got to make sure the family's fed. You know what I'm saying? Before you can just jump ship, you got to make sure the family's fed. Well, then as we go through the hot seat, we come to find out the individual who recommended just quit your job. That individual did something very, very well. Invested early on.
Yeah.
And so bought rentals at a good time, has tons of equity, brings in cash flow like $8,000 a month in cash flow.
Yeah.
That's cash flow. $8,000 a month cash flow, dude. You're talking damn 100 G's a year in cash flow.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm like, all right, Holmes, no wonder you can say, just quit and do your thing you want to do. Because I'm like, homie, you make more than most people because you made the right decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what's nice about Hot Seat. But I wanted to like, it's good to get a bunch of different opinions, but it's nice towards the end, like as you go through more, you're like, oh, this is why people have those opinions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're living in different, living different lives because of decisions they made, you know? So man, how powerful to take and do the right things early on, buying rentals early on, at good prices.
Yeah.
Over 10 years later, the equity you have, the cash flow you have, like, wow.
Yeah, because think about it. Like, when you quit everything to do the group homes, you were so for it because you had really nothing to lose. The only thing you had to lose was the house that you were living in, that you were opening or using for the group home.
Right.
You and Ryan both made sure that your significant others could support you.
Right. And we never lived off of more than 15 G's ever in our lives.
Right. So, I mean, like, what was there to lose then? Not much.
0.
Right. And so I'm sure back then you easily would have been like, yeah, just quit it and just go for it.
100%. Not because I didn't have a kid, I don't have any kids.
Yeah.
I didn't have a mortgage or rent or not, it's just
When
like.
you were on your parents' insurance, so it didn't matter.
No, I'm like, just do whatever the fuck you want to do, dude. Quit and do,
Yeah. So, yeah, it is interesting to think about, like, at different points in our lifetime, we would have given very different advice.
100%. 100%. So, yeah, it's cool to
hear how different people think and have different opinions on things.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And once again, we're not, like, saying anyone's right or wrong. Both are right in their circumstances.
Right.
Because, yeah, back when Shaun was 21, I was 24, it was the right thing for him to quit everything and do the group homes.
Right.
Now at 32 and 30, well, we did quit everything to do business, but I kept my job for longer than we wanted, so we had insurance, and we made sure the business made enough money for me to do it. So we were very more careful and strategic about quitting everything to go fully into business.
That's right.
Than we were back then.
That's right.
And back then, I didn't quit my job. Only you did.
That's right.
I kept my jobs so I could support us.
Which goes into how fucking important it is to have a partner.
Yeah.
Holy man, dude. Having a partner is huge. Huge, huge to have a partner.
Yeah, because what would you have done if you didn't have me?
I'd have been like, can I just live there on the couch?
Yeah.
Or I'd have moved in with Ryan, stayed in his spare.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'd have done. Yep. That's what I would have done.
Yeah,
crazy, dude. It is crazy.
Uh-huh.
So the world works in interesting ways. But so, yeah, it makes, so now it's like we have some cash flow and stuff from properties, and we have money saved. So, worst case, if we weren't able to take money, because, you could think about it, we could just allocate our salary over to taking care of a project manager, which would still leave us some money for sure. But let's just say we just took mine to get a project manager and a VA in. We could survive.
Yeah, we could.
We've got cash flow. We've got income. We would just lower our standard of living a little bit, and that would be that.
Yeah.
And we would be just fine. But you could do that really you could do that indefinitely, as long as you're bringing in enough to cover. As long as we keep bringing in as much as we were the past couple of years, which is like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the only thing that would affect us is like our interest rate on our loans, but those don't come up for another 5 years.
One of them's, or the big one's 7 years. The other ones are anywhere from 2 to 4 years.
But the main one we get cash flow from is 7 years.
So yeah, we got 7 years to like figure it out.
Yeah.
It's just not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you think about it like that, and you're like, well, really, we're fine for 7 years if we were to get no more sales and we were to keep the same revenue we had the last 2 years, then we would be fine for 7 years. But chances are, with adding a salesman and a full-time project manager, you give it a few months. Give it a few months.
Yeah.
And we're fine.
Yeah. To piggyback off that, the other thing we learned was how precious time is. One of the or the owner of WiscoREIA came and spoke, Chris Hake. And his talk was about lessons he's learned from 30 years in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the main things was that he always like said like, I'll have more time for this, I'll have more time for that, I'll hang out with my kids once they're older, I just gotta hustle now, blah blah blah. And like he always thought like, oh, my kids won't remember me not being there while they're young.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, no, like they do.
Right.
And he's like, but that's also like memories that he doesn't have of his kids either.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was busy hustling and working. And then I think probably to put the icing on the cake was that he lost it all.
Oh, lost everything. Yep.
So you put in all that work, took away time with your family to then lose it all.
Mm-hmm.
Was it worth it?
Well, and he even said, it was interesting because this whole talk, I'm listening to this talk, and I'm like, okay, what are we learning about real estate? And I'm listening, and I'm like, we're learning about nothing about real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, no, we just learned that life is more important than real estate. That's what the whole talk was.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, 30 years of experience is like, oh, just so you know, less is more, is essentially what the talk was about. It's like, oh, because he even said, he's like, I had this portfolio, then I pushed to like quadruple the portfolio and lost everything. Had I just kept that one portfolio when I started out, he's like, it'd probably be worth around 16 million. And I'm just like, he's like, yeah, I'd be paid off.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have a $16 million portfolio paid off, and I wouldn't have lost all that time with my kids. I wouldn't have went bankrupt. I wouldn't have had to start, you know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff, if he would have just been happy with, like, I think he brought up multiple times about like the slow journey.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he would have been okay with the slow journey, he would have he'd have made he'd be probably wealthier than he is today.
Yeah.
Well, he would have been, you know, because he would have done that nice and slowed, and then, you know, he wouldn't have had that whole down and then the come back up. So he would have been able to just add on to that, because then when the market crash hit, he'd been able to easier continue to keep doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, he learned lessons that probably helped him, you know, speed up, you know, and do stuff better, because he, whatever. But man, he wouldn't have had to miss all that time with his kids. He wouldn't have had to go through all that bullshit, and he would have over 16 million equity, paid off, real estate, cash flowing a ton. Do you imagine if you had 16 million equity? You're probably cash flowing 100 a month, easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, because 40 was whatever, 40 units at, let's say, 2,000 a unit. 80,000.
Yeah, a month.
Yeah, so then you got your taxes, insurance, operations. So you're talking, he's cash flowing 55 a month.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty mediocre. I don't know what you're talking about,
bro. 55 a month.
Yeah, that's
come on
wild,
now.
Dude.
Say it's 50. All right, he's making 50,000 a month.
That's wild.
That wouldn't be a bad living. So.
Dude, and the other thing that I liked that he said is like, he just kept chasing for more and more and more. And he's like, you're always going to chase for more.
Always chasing for more.
And that kind of was like, oh, yeah, that's very true. Like, yeah, we'll always chase for more. And it's just like, you just have to be strategic of what more you want.
That's right.
And you need to know, like, have an idea of what you want.
That's right. A vision. He talked a lot about vision, having the right vision.
Yeah. And that was something I heard like multiple groups have to talk about to people was like, what is your vision? What is your why? Like, what are you working towards? What is your plan, your goals? And some people, I think, just have a harder time like thinking further down the road. One of the people I heard, they said like that they have a hard time thinking down the road when you never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
Like, everything could change tomorrow. It's just like, yeah, it could. But then you have your vision of where you want to go. So, yeah, you may come up to a fork in the road. But if you have a vision of where you want to go, that's going to help you decide if you want to go left or right.
That's right.
If you don't have that vision, then maybe you end up being at that fork in the road for 2, 3, 4 years.
That's right.
But if you have a vision, you know which way to go.
Yep. Very true. Very true. Yeah. And you know who else talked about that? Famous Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Was that part of the talk that I missed?
It might have been he just brought up, like, you should have a vision of what you want to do and where you want to go and, like, the type of life you want to have.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about, that was when he was I think that was when he was talking about being, like, best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, and he talked about looking 15 years out.
Yeah.
Famous Dave talked about looking in 15-year increments.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, Shaun and I, like, we do need to sit down again and really think 10 years out. We found one of our old vision books, and we only had 5 years out, and I think we're coming close to the 3 to 5 year chunk. But we haven't really reviewed it much in the past 3 years, which is a downside because some of those things that are on there are things that we're not even interested in doing anymore.
Right, exactly.
So we have those on our 3 to 5 year vision, but we don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
So it's like, well, we should have looked at this, reviewed this a couple times a year and been like, oh, we don't actually want to travel the U.S. by RV anymore. We want to get just a couple short-term rentals in this place and this place.
Right.
So, yeah. I do like the 15 years out, though, because that, like, our lives will be completely different in 15 years than it is now.
Jesus.
And I think that is very important to actually, like, think about and plan out, because that so much can happen in that time.
I mean, dude, think about it. You're probably going to be on the way to a nursing home in 15 years. 47, bro.
Thanks.
You're going to be crutching around and shit.
Our kid will be learning how to drive.
That'll be scary.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So that's something to think about. Is like, okay, in 15 years, our kid will be learning how to drive.
Mm-hmm.
We could even think about, like, what type of car do we want to get? We need to make sure we're making enough money so we can get her a car. Well, she's got to get a beater car, though.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
She doesn't get something fancy.
No, dude. No. She gets something cheap.
But, like, what jobs are we having our child, like, learn and work and do?
Well, and I think if you think about that, too, because, you know, you can fund your kids. It's like the 501c. Is that what it is? I don't know. Whatever. It's the thing where you can, like, put certain amount of money aside for your kid for college. Now, do we want our kid going to college? No. But then when it gets to that point, I believe it can be transferred over to a 401k if they decide not to use it for college, or an IRA or something like that. Anyways, if you take a 15-year outlook, because if you take a 15-year outlook, right, and you review that and you go, okay, what are some of the things I should be doing today? Now, is $5,000 a year to us a lot? No. Is $5,000 to the average person a lot? No. Think about it. If you have a household income of $100,000, which is, like, for most folks, probably like the average folks probably around that, right? Household income around 100, right? Okay, $5,000 that you can write off. 5%. You should be saving 20%. So you're taking 5% of your 20% and putting it in something for them. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem crazy. And then how set up could they be? Now, granted, if you do this for your kids, you've got to keep something in mind. Mm-hmm. You better raise them right.
That's true.
Because when they have access to pull that shit, boy, that could be a bad fucking day for you if you raised kids wrong. You put them in the wrong environments.
So that's that plays right into that. You look 15 years out. We know we're gonna give her. I don't even know what that math is. 50 times 8. Oh my gosh.
400 is 50
40,
times 8.
90,000. So it'd be 90,000 by the time
sure.
she's 18.
Okay, yeah.
If you did 5,000 a year.
5,000 a year for 18 years. Okay, yep.
So you're giving them, not giving, but they may have access to $90,000 by the time they turn 18.
Right.
So what things
Plus compounding, so you're talking like 150 probably.
Right. So what things are we doing now to teach her how to
manage those kind of funds?
Manage money.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That is something to think about.
Right. And I tell you right now, I would not, dude, me at 18 with 150 grand wouldn't have been good. And
I would have blown it on stupid shit.
I was so much different than most folks at 18. I loved money. I loved stuff like that. I still would have fucked up 150 grand.
Oh, 100%.
So like, dude, you know, what are you teaching? I can promise you putting your kids in public education and they get 150 grand at 18. I'm telling you right now, it ain't going to be good. You know, you really got to teach your kids a lot of proper things. And I know you can put like I think it's like a stewardship so they can't actually pull it until like you have to let them pull it or whatever.
Oh,
it has to, so like you can hold off till they're like 25 or 30 or whatever. Yeah. Which is smart, probably what would happen. But anyways, yeah, I mean, when you start thinking about shit like that, okay, dude, yeah, think about that. 15 years out, multiple kids, lives are completely different.
Yeah.
With multiple kids, you're not thinking about so many of the dumb things we think about now. It's going to be way different.
Yeah, because, I mean, we'll have in 15 years, so we'll have a 15-and-a-half-year-old. And then our youngest would then be 8?
Something like that.
8 or 9?
If everything works to plan.
Yeah.
If everything works to plan.
Like, that's at the point where they could, like, all stay home alone, technically.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, that's way different than right now.
Yes. Very different.
Also, another thing to think about. Think about your health. So I'm going to be 47, 15 years.
Right.
I better fucking be making sure I'm doing shit now to make sure that my body is still moving just as good at 47.
Right.
Oh my God. I didn't even realize like how important it is to actually look that far out.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy. And people aren't doing it.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm doing? And when people are doing it, they're mostly thinking about materialistic things. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I want to have this house in 10 years. Mm-hmm. You know? But it's like so much more you got to look at and think about.
This is like how to put that in perspective for me. This year, so May, I graduated high school 15 years ago.
Right. Right.
Holy shit.
Yeah. This upcoming May, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It's something to think about, you know? And back then, could you have looked out that far?
No, back then.
You could. It would have been a little difficult because there were so many things you hadn't figured out.
Yeah. My only thing that I had, like, truly wanted or envisioned was that I was going to live in Europe at some point. And then that didn't happen. Didn't happen. Kind of maybe for the better. I don't really know right now. Well, I mean, for the better in the fact that I have Shaun and Lily and Mimi. That part, yes.
Well, I mean,
I'm saying, like, Europe's kind of in a weird place right now.
Oh, sure. I mean, dude, I've gone on we went on a rant that one time about that person that said that guy who was married with a good business and kids who was telling these girls, just do the trip to Europe. Just stay here, live here. I wish I would have never left. Dude, I've done that rant. I don't need to do that rant right now. But it's like, you're a fucking retard.
Yeah, like, I don't regret anything. Like, I love where I am right now. I would not change it.
That's what I'm saying.
Because guess what I could do now? Like, I mean, not right now, but like, we're setting our lives up so that in the future we can go to Europe and places like that whenever we want.
Exactly. As long as they continue to do the right things, because in 15 years, Europe will not be Europe anymore. Yeah. It will be the Middle East.
Yeah.
But like we saw today, it was like 1 million people got together in protest to march in England, in the UK, to stop immigration. And so, dude, pretty much everywhere in Europe, aside from Poland, will be the Middle East if they do not all band together and start doing that.
Yeah.
So, is that the word? Band together? Come together?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Sick.
What else you got?
No, so I mean that's the big shit, you know. I'm big on setting yourself up early, and this is going to lead into our last little thing. So it plays right into the the whole like quit your job or whatever right away and just move. I believe more in like you need to start taking action, but make sure you can survive, right?
Yeah.
There was one lady talking about wanting to get into Airbnb, and I was like, hey, from the way it seemed is it's like go big or go home. And she's been on the sidelines for 2 years. And I'm like, no, it's like you just have to get a minimal viable product. You just have to try something. So I was like, get one yurt, get one Amish built cabin, just get one thing.
Like
Shane said, get a camper.
Right. Like you don't need to build a whole campground to start off with.
No, you just get one thing going. Get someone to get you a cheap well for water and get a freaking composting toilet or an outhouse and slap up a yurt. Like you don't need a lot.
Yeah.
But you just have to get a minimal viable product together and take some level of action to just see. And maybe that's the only step, maybe that's the only thing you put up, and you put it up and you operate it for a full year and get a full assessment on the year and go, okay, maybe this wasn't worth it. All right, well, no big deal. Sell the yurt, sell the land, whatever. Or you get that deep and you realize, holy shit, we need to add another yurt, or then you get a cabin brought in, whatever. It's just like you've got to get a minimal viable product. You have to get in the market space. And when you get in the market, then you can start assessing what's going good, what's going not good, and then how can you change it, what can you add, etc.
And like, especially like in that case, go explore things that are already being done. So that was one thing I suggested, because I know there's yurts up in Bayfield, so that's not far from there. There's little cabins in just outside of Eau Claire. But yeah, like the one outside of Eau Claire, they only had one cabin. Oh,
starting to move, huh?
Yep. They only had one cabin, and then once that was successful for 2 years, then they built another cabin.
Love that. Cool. Well, we can wrap up. Yeah, the last thing I had is she chilling?
She's chilling right now.
The last thing I had was, this was brought up by a few folks. Somebody's already done what you want to do.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So it's like, okay, we want to build a construction company. Someone's already done it. Just find them and mimic them. Someone's already done a lot of the stuff with bookkeeping and things we have. Someone's already done it. Get a VA, put them in that place, use their system. Like, someone's done what you want to do. Just steal shamelessly.
Yeah, that's my favorite saying, was steal shamelessly.
Steal shamelessly, and then operate and do it so you got a better life, dude. Operate so you got a better life. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. Chris talked about that too. Quit trying to reinvent the wheel. Someone else has already done it.
100%.
You good?
I'm good.
All right, gang. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.